What's happening, Muscle and Mind? Welcome back. A little different style video today. We're not in the gym, clearly. That's because it is a gorgeous day in Southern California, and that made me want to bring you guys outside and talk a little more lifestyle. So this is still advice, it's still educational, it still is going to help people that are stagnant or feeling that their workouts have been average lately. And it's something that's been on my mind, and it's something that I have to remind myself about pretty often. But it's not educational or informational in the traditional sense. Like, you're not going to find this in a textbook. So I'm just gonna start off with a little story. So since the first time, like 5 years ago, that I saw the famous Ronnie Coleman 800-pound squat, or I saw one of my favorite powerlifters, George Lehman deadlift, I knew that I wanted to train like them. And I wanted to be able to create that type of intensity and emotion to make myself stronger. So many people go in the gym knowing what they want, but not why they want it. And I think the why is very important, especially if you find a powerful enough why and you use it effectively. And if you get good at that, you can make yourself a lot stronger just on your emotion. So today what I'm talking about is how to find your beast. And I know that might seem vague, but there are actually methods that you could take to help yourself get there. So when I say beast, I'm talking about a lot more than just a mind-muscle connection. And this is the ultimate mind-muscle connection. It's being able to manipulate your mind and your emotions to alter the stress hormones released by your body. So what you're doing is you're actively attempting to put yourself in an emotional state that is beneficial for the production of adrenaline. George Lehman is my favorite powerlifter. And it's not because of how much he could lift, but it's because of his story and his why. He's spoken about this publicly in his YouTube videos. So what he does is every time George Lehman goes for a deadlift or a heavy lift, he thinks about the same thing. George lost his brother when he was young, and on his heavy lifts, when he feels like he can't go any further, he's able to put himself in a scenario. So what he does is he imagines himself in this situation, and it's kind of like, if I can get this weight up 2 more times, I could bring my brother back. Now, I know that's really powerful shit to be able to put yourself there, but think about it. At that point, under those circumstances, of course you'd be able to move the weight. Like, of course you could lift it. The adrenaline would kick in and you could lift a fucking house. No matter how tired you are, and that's just the effect of adrenaline. So if you haven't ever seen him lift, it's intense shit. He paces around, and he even is brought to tears sometimes, and he doesn't really talk. So I'll put a link in the description. So now that I've kind of given you an example of finding your beast and putting yourself in an emotional state, I'm gonna give you a couple ways to get yourself there. And they're tangible, they are vague, but if you take these steps, you're more likely to be in the situation. So first you need to find your why. And that's just what drives you. And it doesn't even have to be fitness related. It's basically just what drives you to be the best person you can be, what drives you to live life how you live your life. And this is something that can be internal or external. So you'll hear a lot of people say you shouldn't work out for someone else. Like after a breakup, they say, oh, that's not healthy if you're working out because of women. Or, you know what, I think I see both sides of it, and I think in terms of longevity, you might want to be doing it for internal reasons, but if the love of your life cheated on you with the bodybuilder and this is your outlet, who am I to tell you that that's not right? I think there are much more unhealthy habits you can get into than weightlifting. It's definitely a healthier outlet than most. So in that scenario, let's say that you got cheated on, the love of your life cheated on you with the bodybuilder, and that was your why. That's why you're doing this. And you could put yourself in the scenario that, oh, whenever you're lifting this heavy weight, I bet he could lift it. Or let's say you're still in love, and this is a little more unhealthy, but if I lift this weight, I could win her back. Or if I lift this weight, I could forget about her. And you're putting yourself against this mental pitfall. That might not be the best example, but what I'm stressing is that the why, what the why isn't as important as how you use it. It's important to take this why and to create a symbol for it, create something tangible out of it. Whether it's a necklace that you have, or writing in Sharpie on your lifting straps or your shoes or your gloves, or if it's a bracelet or a necklace from your brother. It's really just any visual cue that you can get creative about. So the meaning is created by you. So it doesn't matter what this is. It's as long as it means something to you and it gets you back into this mental state every time you go in the gym. Personally, what I did, I wrote on my fridge in like Expo marker, and I wrote on my lifting shoes. My fridge is in my garage, so that's why that makes sense. And what I wrote is find your beast. And for me, what that means is just never have an average workout. Don't be an average person. Put your all into everything you do. And that's my why. My why really goes no further than I love lifting. I haven't had, a tragic event in my life to connect it with. My family's still alive. I haven't had too many hardships, but for me, I just don't want to be average. And that's something that reminds me every time. It's like, oh, I could put this weight down, or I could just pick it up 1 or 2 more times. So once you have this symbol, it's all about repetition. You need to use it every single time. Every time you're in the gym, you need to put yourself in that mindset. And eventually, it'll become second nature to you. And the association will transfer from the symbol to the act of lifting. And after a while, you won't need the symbol anymore. George Lehman doesn't have anything of his brothers. He doesn't have a picture that he pulls out. It's just something he's able to do because he's been doing it for so long, and he got good at it. So it's not just training your body, this is literally training your mind. This video is kind of a downer. I'm not trying to get you guys in like, I guess I am. I'm trying to put you in an emotional state when you work out. That's all it is. If your workouts can be fueled by adrenaline, that's just gonna make you stronger. So what you're doing is you're actively thinking about something that increases your adrenaline. Simple as that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you never have an average training session again. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to like it and subscribe for more. And I'll see you next time.